There's a place near home where you and friends can go, where the words of a story take hold and your imagination can go. For every girl and boy, just like you and me, a story opens countless possibilities. The stars can be explored, or you can dive to the ocean floor. Unlock a mystery, or live out a fantasy. The world is yours in every book with Denver Public Library Storytime.
Hello everybody, my name is Mr. John. I work at the Sam Gary branch of the Denver Public Library, and this is Storytime with the Denver Public Library. I'm so happy to have you with me today. We are going to get ready with a little song. And this is a song maybe about something we're about to do. All right, so we're going to start out, we're going to warm up our hands. Can you rub your hands together for me? All right, we're going to do a little clapping in this song. Here we go. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. Clap, clap. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. Clap, clap. If you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, clap your hands. Clap, clap. That was wonderful. Next up, we are going to stomp our feet. So if you want to, you can stand up. If you want to stay seated and stomp your feet, that's what I'm going to be doing. But if you would like to stand up and do some really loud stomps, you can do that too. Okay, here we go. Everybody ready? If you want to hear a story, stomp your feet. Stomp, stomp. If you want to hear a story, stomp your feet. Stomp, stomp. If you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, stomp your feet. Okay, next up is my favorite. We are going to give a cheer. So we are going to say, hooray! Can you do that with me? Everybody ready? Hooray! And if you want, you can raise both hands up in the air and wiggle your fingers around. All right, here we go. If you want to hear a story, shout hooray! Hooray! If you want to hear a story, shout hooray! Hooray! If you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, shout hooray! Hooray! All right. We sped up there a little bit, didn't we? All right. We are going to try this one. This is the tricky one. We're going to try all three in a row. So, number one, we had clap, clap. Then we had stomp, stomp. And the third one was hooray! And just like the last one, we're going to start slowly and maybe speed it up a little bit. So let's see how we do. If you want to hear a story, do all three. Clap, clap, stomp, stomp. Hooray! If you want to hear a story, do all three. Clap, clap, stomp, stomp. Hooray! If you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, do all three. Clap, clap, stomp, stomp. Hooray! Good job, everybody. Whew, that was pretty fast. Well, since we've decided that we want to hear a story, let's start with a story. We are going to read the book Bark George, and this is written and illustrated by Jules Pfeiffer. So he wrote the words and he also drew the pictures. He must be pretty talented. Let's find out what this one is all about. Okay. So I think this is George over here. And this one, who do you think this doggy might be? This doggy's a little bit bigger and has a fancy red bandana around her neck. I think you're right. I think that is George's mother. Let's find out. Oh, there we go. The first couple words of the story give it away. It says George's mother said. So this is George's mother. George's mother said, bark, George. And George went, meow. Is that what dogs are supposed to say? Meow. No, George, said George's mother. Cats go meow. Dogs go arf. Now bark. George? George went quack, quack. Now I want you to pay attention to George's mother throughout this story, because she looks pretty calm and maybe even happy right now, and I want you to tell me if she stays that way through this story. So George went quack. Friends, what animal says quack? Yes, a duck says quack. Okay, remember I said, look at George's mother's face. She does not look very happy anymore. No, George, said George's mother. Ducks go quack, quack. Dogs go arf. Now bark, George. George went oink, oink. Oh boy. George's mother has just about had it. No, George, said George's mother. Pigs go oink. Dogs go arf. Now bark, George. George went moo. Friends, what kind of an animal says moo? All right. George's mother had had enough. She took George to the vet. Do you know what the vet is? What is the vet? The veterinarian. Some of my older friends know. That is an animal doctor. So she is bringing George to the vet, and he is going to see if he can get to the bottom of this. All right. I'll soon get to the bottom of this, said the vet. Please bark, George. George went meow. The vet reached deep down inside of George and pulled out a cat. That cat was inside of George. Oh my goodness. George's mother is starting to get a little happier. Now bark again, George. George went quack, quack. The vet reached deep, deep down inside of George and pulled out a duck. Oh my goodness. I'm starting to understand what was going on here. Do you get it, friends? Bark again, George. George went oink, oink. The vet reached deep, deep, deep down inside of George and pulled out a pig. Wow. Now, does that pig look like it might be bigger than George? George must have a really big tummy that we can't see. Bark again, George. George went moo. The vet put on his longest latex glove. Oh my goodness. Look at how long that glove is, friends. He's going to have to reach very, very far into George this time. Oh, he reached deep, 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 deep down inside of George and pulled out a cow. Okay, I think George's mother may have just fainted. Oh my goodness. How did George have that cow inside of him? We'll never know. Oh, look at the vet. The vet is tired. Bark again, George. George went, arf, arf. George's mother was so thrilled that she kissed the vet and the cat and the duck and the pig and the cow. Do you see her giving some nice wet doggy kisses? On the way home, she wanted to show George off to everyone on the street. So she said, bark, George. And George went, hello. The end. That is kind of a silly ending to the book, isn't it, friends? Maybe you can talk to your grown-up and see if you can figure out what's going on. Some people think maybe George ate the vet. I don't know if that's the truth or not. But that is Bark George by Jules Feiffer. Thank you for helping read along. Okay, friends. We actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a little activity here. We're going to warm our bodies up. We're going to start with our heads. So I want you to point to your heads. And then we're going to move down. We're going to go to our shoulders. And then how about your knees? Can you show me where your knees are? Down to our knees. And then all the way down to our toes. Okay. Do you know this song? This song is called Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes. So we start at the top of our body and work our way down. Okay. Everybody ready? We start up here with head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. That was very, very good. Do you think that you could do it faster? Okay, some of my older friends say yes. Okay, here we go. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. All right, good job, everybody. Wait a minute, I heard somebody say that was too easy. Oh my goodness, do you want to try that backwards? Okay, some of my friends do. That means we're going to start with the toes and move up to our head. Okay, all right, let's try it. Here we go. Toes, knees, shoulders, head, shoulders, head. Toes, knees, shoulders, head, shoulders, head. Nose and ears and mouth and eyes. Toes, knees, shoulders, head, shoulders, head. I'm not sure if I got that part right. Sometimes I get it wrong, but I think I did it right. Good job, everybody. All right. Well, we're getting close to the end of story time, but I would like to do something that has a little bit more movement in it. We are going to sing a song, and this is a song by Jim Gill, and it's called Jumping and Counting, but we're going to do bouncing and counting. Now, if you are old enough and you want to get up and jump around while you're watching this, I highly encourage you to do it. But this also works if adults, if you've got a young one on your lap, you can just bounce them in their lap too. And so we're going to do a little bouncing and counting. So for the first one, we are going to start out and we are going to sing Bouncing High Are We, and that means we are going to count to the number 3. You will figure it out as we go along if you've never heard this song before. All right, it goes like this. Bounce, 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 bouncing high are we, but we'll stop bouncing, well, we count to 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Good job. So we bounce and then we stop and we count. Pretty simple, right? I think so. Okay, well, let's bounce a little more and see if we can count to 4. Bounce, 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 bouncing even more, but we'll stop bouncing, well, we count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. Okay, this next one, we are going to need, if we count with our fingers, we're going to need more than one hand because we are going to bounce like pogo sticks and we are going to count to the number 6. Okay? I know it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but I know we can do it. Here we go, friends. Bounce, 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 just like pogo sticks. But we'll stop bouncing, well, we count to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. That is amazing. Now, how about, do you think we can count all the way up to number 10? So we're going to bounce, we're going to stop, and we're going to use every single finger on both hands. Do you think we can do that? I know we can do it. I believe in you. Here we go. Everybody ready? Bounce, 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 bouncing once again. But we'll be finished when we count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my goodness, good job everybody. That was amazing. We counted all the way to 10. Okay. Well, friends, I had a lot of fun during story time today. I hope you did as well. Again, my name is Mr. John. I work at the Sam Gary branch of the Denver Public Library, so if you ever stop in, please say hello. At the end of story time, I like to say goodbye. We said hello at the beginning of story time. I want to make sure we also say goodbye at the end. So let's do a little waving. Let's do a little waving. Do a little clapping. All right. So let's start out with a wave goodbye. And I think you should do the biggest wave that you can do all the way back and forth. And it goes like this. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. With our friends it's story time. We wave goodbye like this. And then let's try a clap. Do you remember how we clapped at the beginning of story time? This time we're just going to do one clap together, okay? Here we go. We clap goodbye like this. Clap. We clap goodbye like this. Clap. With our friends it's story time. We clap goodbye like this. Clap. Okay, last but not least, my favorite, we are gonna blow a kiss. So we're gonna go mwah, at the end of story time. This is our last one, everybody. Thank you so much. Here we go. We kiss goodbye like this. Mwah. We kiss goodbye like this. Mwah. With our friends it's story time. We kiss goodbye like this. Mwah. Good job, everybody. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you.